When fire comes, it engenders holiness. If you are struggling to live holy, I tell you one of the reasons you don't have fire. There are not too many reasons why people live in sin. People live in sin either because they don't love God enough, or because they are selfish, or because they are not on fire. So if you find yourself struggling to live holy, if everything is a temptation to you, know that your fire has gone down. When fire comes, it engenders holiness. The moment fire comes, it imparts you with the ability to live holy. When I read my Bible, sometimes I'm moved to tears. I see the patriarchs of faith. They were tempted, they fled. Some stood their ground. In our own case, we are not being tempted. We are the ones pursuing temptation. Joseph was in Potiphar's house. The woman threw herself at him. How was he able to stand? But we are in a generation where the ladies, although they are not doing well, the guys are not doing well, but we are screaming. You see people, you carry yourself, you go and approach them, you collect their number, you talk to them. When you fall, you now come, you are crying. You say the temptation is too much. Did they throw themselves at you? You were the one who sought after them, pursued them, created all the strategy. The reason is because there is no fire. So when we are talking fire, it's not about gymnastics in the prayer altar. It's not about gymnastics in the prayer meeting. It's about the capacity to walk holy in a sinful generation. When fire comes, it engenders holiness. Malachi 3 verse 3, he said, it shall sit as a refiner's fire, and it shall thoroughly purge the sons of Levi, and purify them as gold and silver is purified by fire, so that they can bring acceptable worship unto the Lord. So when you find people who are on fire, the second benefit is that they naturally live holy. Every time you start struggling, check your fire. Something has happened. It has gone down. This is why we are talking fire here, because God wants to use a generation. But the God we are talking about, the Bible said, thou, O Lord, out of a purer eyes. He said, your eyes cannot behold iniquity. He cannot use a generation that is living in iniquity. This is why you have had visions talking to multitudes. None has happened. You have seen yourself raising the dead. It has not happened, because you cannot combine sin and the Spirit of God functioning at the same time. And so you need a fire to purify you, so that you can do away with iniquity. Don't tell me you're on fire because you pray loud and you live in masturbation. You don't know what fire is. When fire comes, the operation is holistic. It will not only empower you to manifest. Don't tell me you can open deaf ears when you are living in fornication. That's not fire. That's ability to master a gift. You can master how a gift works. It doesn't mean you're on fire. There are those who prophesy today. They know if they go and pray for 3 hours, their eyes will open. So they pray every time they preach. They don't pray for living. They are not on fire. So that they prophesy doesn't mean they're on fire. That they raise the dead, heal the sick, does not mean they're on fire. For you to say you're on fire, yes, there must be empowerment to both prophesy and heal the sick. There must be zeal for God, and there must be purity. When a man is on fire, he hates iniquity. He said, because thou lovest righteousness and hated iniquity. He said, thy God has anointed you with a fresh oil above thy fellows. That's why Malachi 3 verse 3 said, he will purify them as gold and silver is purified. Nobody is on fire and cohabits with iniquity. Fire is intolerant towards sin. This is not you trying to exercise discipline. This is something raging in you that hates sin. When it becomes discipline, know that your threshold has gone down. Don't live at the level of discipline for long. You will fall. Satan is a skillful fighter. He knows what to do to kill your discipline. When you come to discipline, that's the lowest threshold. Quickly bounce back. Discipline is very important. It's a good virtue and character of the spirit. But beyond discipline, there must be a flame burning inside you. Imagine if you were to eat food by discipline. Can you eat food every day for 10 years by discipline? So in addition to discipline, God put a hunger there. The hunger is an alarm. If you don't eat, you can't rest. That's how fire works. When fire comes, if you don't do what God wants, you can't rest. Even when you go to sleep, you'll be rolling until you do it. Purity is an indicator that a man is on fire for God. When fire comes, it engenders holiness.